Hey guys, what's going on? If you're new here, welcome. My name is BrittanyNichole, and today I wanted to talk to you about a handful of makeup products I was influenced by TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram influencers to purchase. Now, some of these products have been around forever, and I tend to do this weird thing where I resist makeup that everyone's talking about, like currently, especially with the Amazon Prime sale. Everyone is talking about this Tier foundation, and I don't know why I do this, but when something is so hyped up that everyone's like, oh my gosh, you gotta get it, I'm like, nope, I am waiting. I don't know if it's like I'm waiting to see what a bunch of people say, or I'm just trying to go against the grain without like consciously doing that. I don't know what it is, but I tend to just resist the things that people are, always talking about. So some of these products you're going to be like, girl, we know, but I am new to them. So I thought I would kind of talk through them in this video, and then I'll kind of do B-roll of me applying it, because let me tell you, I've tried to film this video twice this morning, okay? Twice. Whenever I say twice, I think thrice. David from Schitt's Creek.
I have asked you thrice now for a towel.
I love when I can incorporate the word thrice into my vocabulary, but I've tried to film it twice, and the first time I was completely out of focus for some reason, and then the second time my SD card completely, I don't know, it said the format, something happened, and it tried to recover it, and it didn't. So let's hope for the best this one goes through. But, I always say this, what works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me. Also, keep in mind, like, if you're not purchasing the right shade color, that can completely throw, how a foundation or lipstick or whatever it is looks on you. So make sure you take everything you buy from an influencer or whatever with a grain of salt. Everyone's skin is different. Everyone's coverage preference is different. So you might hate all these products and I might love them. I think about that every day when I'm talking to my friends too. If they're like, oh my gosh, you have to try this coffee. Oh my gosh, you have to read this book. Oh my gosh, I love this mascara. And then I get them and I'm like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? So you have to always remember, don't let that not trust the influencer, you might have previously trusted or whatever. Like, things just work differently for people. And I just have this gut feeling with that Tier foundation, that's how it's going to be for me. I have a feeling I am not going to like that, on top of the fact that you have to like shade match yourself online. And I read so many reviews that say it oxidizes. That kind of scares me. So anyway, I always like to tell you guys that what works for one person might not work for another. So I thought I would just kind of put some B-roll in of me applying these products, because like, who cares at the end of the day? I don't know. Do you care? Let me know down below. And I also want to know, what are you guys loving? What is the makeup that, your favorite influencer or an influencer showed you that you absolutely love? Because I'm starting to get that itch to buy makeup again. I've had a lot of these products on my makeup list for a while. I always try to make a makeup list too, and I leave the product on there, and if I keep coming back to it, I do this with my Amazon cart too. If I keep coming back to it and I keep wanting it, then I'll purchase it. I mean, of course, there's things that I'm like, yes, purchase right now if I'm like really into it, but if there's something I'm like, I give myself a second, I think about it, and then I go back to it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on these. Most of them are fairly old. A couple of them are new products that I am loving. All right, so starting off with the base, I picked up the so talked about, I feel like at least a year ago, maybe even more, the About Face the Performer foundation. Now the reason I picked this up is because when I saw it in store, I was like, you know what that looks like? That looks like the Healthy Skin Foundation from Physicians Formula. That was my #1 foundation. If you guys have been with me for years, you know how much I loved that foundation. And when they discontinued it, it broke my heart. It literally took a piece of my heart that will never be replaced, even with this. I mean, it's not a dupe. I wouldn't call it a dupe. It's just very similar packaging. And when I saw the amount of colors and undertones they had, I really liked that. So I wouldn't say this was a dupe for the Physicians Formula foundation. That foundation was a lot more radiant. This is a lot more of a skin-like finish. It's medium buildable coverage, but you guys, these days, like, the lighter coverage, the better for me. I remember thinking back to when I did bridal makeup, when I did like light, you have to go a little heavier for event makeup, but when I did light makeup on them, they would like look at themselves in the mirror and be like, whoa, I love this, but I've never worn this much foundation or whatever. And I'm like, whoa, this is so light. Now I get it because I just don't wear a ton of makeup anymore. So I like a medium coverage foundation. That's my go-to. This blends really easy. This wears really well. When they say it's like a second skin, it truly is like a second skin. And I've been really enjoying it. If you struggle with finding a shade to match, your undertone and your skin tone, I think you should check this out. It's $22, which is a really great price point as well. I'm really liking this. If you guys did like the Physicians Formula, give it a try, but just know it's not as radiant, but it does wear the same, and it wears really, really nicely throughout the day. So I have been loving that. Okay, these next 3 products actually were influenced by DelaniChilds. I'm sure you guys know who she is. I love her style. I really, really like her style. I trust her, so I knew I was gonna like these. She did this like makeup, this like glowy pink makeup tutorial, and I was like, yes, yes, and yes. So some of these are, very well known and have been around for a while. So I'll start with the LYS. This is the LYS Highlighter Standard Cream Glow Blush Stick, and I picked up Bubbly, which is what she used. It says it's a lightweight, easy to blend vegan blush stick. Blesses skin with an instant pop of color and wearable luminosity that brings life to makeup. And let me tell you, this is pigmented. Okay, this is not one of those blush sticks that you're gonna want to, blush sticks, I feel like I said that with an accent. Anyway, you do not wanna go in like this with this, okay? You need to use a brush and then, tap it on the back of your hand and work from the back of your hand. See how pigmented that is? It's like a watermelon hot pink color. It is so beautiful. It gives a really nice, healthy glow to the skin. It's not too much. Like the next blush I'm going to talk about is very luminous. Like this isn't too much. It's a good, way to dip your feet into luminous cream blush if you wanted to try that. Cream blush can be a little scary. I struggled for a long time with cream blush, and the best thing to do is take a brush, work from the product, dab it off on the back of your hand, and then work from the back of your hand to really be able to control the product. Otherwise it gets out of control. Like you've seen people talk about those Rare Beauty liquid blushes and how uncontrollable it gets. That really helps you with control if you're working from the back of your hand. But this is a really gorgeous product. I don't have a lot to say other than I really like it, and I like traveling with cream blushes. That's kind of why I wanted to get into cream blushes. It's just much easier to travel with, and when you layer another blush on top of it, it just lasts all day. This doesn't break down, it doesn't break apart, it lasts all day, and it's just gorgeous. So highly recommend it. Also not a bad price point. I want to say that was like $22 as well, which in this day and age with makeup, if you're getting something for under $35, to be honest, I feel like it's a deal, and that's coming from a drugstore girly. All right, next up, and I am sure you guys have heard people talk about this. I know you have. It's the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Luminous Powder Blush. I picked up Cheer, which is what Delaney used. I mean, can we just talk about how gorgeous the blush is in and of itself? That is stunning. It is so pigmented and it is very luminous. Okay, like most of this glow that you see is coming from this. So I really like it. I love how pigmented it is. Both of them. I love how pigmented they are because they're going to last a long time. But this is very, very luminous. So if you don't like luminous finish, or if you are just dipping into kind of a luminous finish blush, if you're like a matte girly, this might not be the one because it's a lot. But if you are, or if you really want to just say, you know what, let me go all out, this is it. It's very, very smooth. It looks nice. Again, it lasts all day. It doesn't break down. I don't really have a drugstore comparable to this, which is why I think I like that. And that's kind of what I look for in makeup. I try to get something that I don't already have 500 of. There was a period of time where I was just purchasing the same things over and over, and you kind of have to do that as an influencer, which is kind of why I also took a little bit of a step back. But I don't have a drugstore comparable, which makes this worth it. Again, I think it's around $20, maybe $23. Those Milani soft baked blushes are the ones that come to mind, but those are so dry compared to this. This is much more smooth, much more hydrating, much less like kickback in the pan. I never really was a huge fan of those Milani blushes. This I am a huge fan of. It looks really nice. So definitely give it a shot if you're a glowy, luminous finish blush kind of gal. All right, I had to close the door. Theo, my cat, he's a little squeaker. He goes, so if you guys have kind of heard that through the video, it was him kind of creeping in the door, but he was getting a little too loud. So this next product, you guys are gonna be like, Brittany, we know, okay? We've known about this product for years. We love this product. We use this product. It is part of our routine. Don't know why I haven't. I had a friend, Christina, who loved this and told me how much she loved it. And I never tried it until I saw Delaney using it in this video. And I was like, okay, I like that and I need to try it. It's the Fenty Beauty Match Stick in Amber. It's one of their matte contour sticks. Like this color, if you are, you know, a similar skin tone to me, is just perfect for contouring. It's nice and light. It blends like a dream. You just blend it out. Take literally 10 seconds. This is the kind of product you want in your like 5-minute makeup routine because it just gives you a little bit of depth and it's beautiful. You guys know I used to use that Maybelline. I always go back to like a drugstore dupe. Let me know if you guys appreciate that. I always do. I always think about like what I've used, but the Maybelline Fit Me in 330 was like the contour stick I used, but that was a lot more warm and I could kind of get away with that being like a contour bronzer, the Maybelline one. This is a true contour, which I like. Again, I don't have just a contour stick in my kit right now, and I really like this. I have the nude sticks. I have a couple of theirs, but again, those are kind of more like bronzery. This is really a true contour stick that blends really well, lasts all day, and it's simple. I love simple. And again, traveling, this is great. It won't, you know, break. It's not a powder. It's beautiful. So I cannot believe I haven't used this for so long, but I highly recommend if you guys haven't tried it and you're, you know, trying to get into contouring. That's another thing. A lot of people are scared to contour. A lot of my friends are scared to contour. This is something I would say, get this. It is so easy. You'll just apply it, blend it out with whatever you have, a brush, a, you know, beauty blender, whatever, and your fingers, you're good to go. All right, these last two products, when I was picking up the About Face and the Fenty, I saw this, so I'm not sure if they're new. I wanna say it said new, but who knows what new is these days. I saw that e.l.f. came out with a Cream Glide lip liner, and I picked it up because I am a fan of pencil lip liners. If you guys like MAC lip liners, if you guys like NYX lip liners, you will like this. And this is $2. $2. This is Truth or Bare, which was like a nudie pink. There was a true pink that I wanted because I want to get more into like pink, like bubblegum pink lipsticks, but we'll find something else. But yeah, I am a fan of the pencil liners that are a little drier. I like a dry lip pencil. I am not a big fan of the Charlotte Tilbury lip liners. It's just too creamy. But if you like creamy, you will love the Charlotte Tilbury and you will love the Lisa Eldridge. Those are really, really nice and creamy. I just personally like more of a dry formula. I feel like I have more control, and this is it for $2. I would literally get every shade. So highly recommend that. And then right next to it was this e.l.f. Pout Clout Lip Plumping Pen. Again, what a tongue tie. Do you have a color? Oh, it does, but can I read it? I'm pretty sure this says Pinky Out. I wanted to try this because it reminded me of the Tarte. Also, if you see me look over there, it's because I have baby robins in my hanging fern. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram and you're interested in, you know, animal content, cute animals and baby robins, I had one in my backyard and I followed their whole journey with a camera, and now I've been following the one in my hanging fern. It's just the most beautiful thing ever to watch a robin build her nest, lay her eggs, watch them hatch, and now see the little babies poking their head out as the mom is coming back with food. So if I've been looking over there through this video, it's because I'm looking at the robins. I'm sorry, I can't resist. But anyway, back to this. I got this because it reminded me of the Tarte, you know, lip plumping pen, and actually I like this a little bit more. I want to say it was around $6. Obviously have it on right now. It's nice and hydrating, but the Tarte is really kind of like, it will transfer to your teeth a lot. This doesn't do that. So I think I'd grab for this a little bit more than my Tarte, to be honest. The plumping is not bad at all. It's just slightly cooling. It lasts a long time. I mean, it is like one of those, you know, kind of glossy type of lip products. So like if you're eating your food and you're drinking your coffee, it's probably not gonna last all day. It doesn't claim to be long wearing or anything like that. But if you really do like the Tarte, similar type maracuja, whatever, this is a lot more affordable, and I will be getting more colors, so I recommend it. So that is it for the makeup that I was influenced to purchase, and I am honestly really happy with these. So it's rare that there are things, I guess, although I kind of influenced myself with those e.l.f. products, but it's rare for me to actually like all of the makeup that I'm trying. I'm a little bit critical, usually, but again, keep all that in mind. What I said, what works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me. Same thing with everybody else. Everybody has different skin and different preferences, and you'll never know until you try. So my little makeup mirror light just went out, so I guess it is time to end the video. I hope this video was helpful to some of you. If you have any questions, as always, let me know down below. Otherwise, if you're interested in seeing any more videos from me, make sure to subscribe. And again, give me a follow on Instagram where we can see home content, animal content. I'll pop a little video at some point in here of the robins. And yeah, I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.